and will require the team's continued best efforts to realise by the deadline. But even though there is much more to be done, you should be pleased with all you've accomplished so far. Please find attached a detailed plan for mustering out of the auxiliary space, which will serve as a contingency site as we proceed with the main facility. 90% of our personnel must be relocated by 5 PM Wednesday. If your name does not appear on the assignment list, please email Marissa with me in CC. Your dedication, talent, and intelligence remain daily sources of inspiration. Dr. Kenny Chow, Project Director. For anyone that came in with the raid as well, I do have that, or anyone who may be not from the raid but came in after I said earlier, I do have that exclamation point clip command that I just used myself, that anyone is able to use to clip the last 30 seconds of the stream. I made it in the efforts to hopefully get more clips made. Menu prank.
Someone hacked the menu board to display obscene messages about our colleague, Mr. Blevins. Is this the most advanced geological project ever undertaken, or a junior high locker room? Come on, people.
Sometimes these have text logs as well, other times they don't. This one does. To YNPF all from Kenny Chow, BCC Dodd Bleffens, December 3rd, 2046. Subject, hacking of menu board. Attention all staff. At an assembly of our country's finest scientific minds, recruited to address a grave threat to national safety, it would be fair to expect more mature conduct than that demonstrated yesterday in the canteen. Mr. Blevins plays a crucial role in the successful execution of Firebreak, and is due the respect both of his title and of his many contributions to the project. Any further interference in the menu boards will necessitate my direct personnel involvement. Dr. Kenny Chow, a project director. From Kenny Chow to Anita Sandoval, December 3rd, 2046. So that's a note, same day. Subject, forward, hacking of menu board. Anita, was it you? Bit rude to pick out one person and say that. And it looks like it was replied from everyone, so everyone probably got that. Which just makes it even more rude. Here we go. She must be in here.
I ask again, as I've asked 1,000 times. Speak to me. What more would you have me do? Is there no prayer that will reach you? No mark that will break your bonds? Ah! I can't help you if you won't speak. A whisper is all I ask, to guide me. Who? No. How? How did you get here? The way was sealed by the spirit herself.
I used one of these. I could show you.
Yes, show me. Please.
I don't primordial radiance, but if I don't find them all naturally, then I'll look it up and find them before I do the main quest. So that's fine. This is my first playthrough, so I want to do as much naturally as I can first. Anita, as much as I hate the fact that Blevins installed lambent orbicular technology on the lower security door, I admit that for the auxiliary data center, it makes sense, especially given our goals for the central processing unit. I'm sure you're painfully familiar with the process by now, but just in case you need two forward instructions to your team, to access the system, activate the source node in the middle, then manipulate the other nodes to direct the data stream with your credentials back to the center. Make sure to avoid the red nodes. They're used to isolate any corrupt or suspect data. I'm sure someday you'll thank Blevins for making our work so very, very secure, Kenny. Before I do that, I want to collect any data points. Chances are that may be the only one in the area. Nope, there's something over here.
This animal figurine. The shape looks familiar.
Kenny and I don't need to fight about the laundry, so instead we fight about incommensurability and restrictions on machine intelligence.
I was going to open it anyway to get to this part. I just needed to take a couple more steps to get to it. All good. Personal log. I had an argument with Kenny this afternoon. When a couple's first fight hinges on the during act, you know you're dealing with some real sexy nerds. Fair enough. First fight hinges... Oh, that's just what I read. I won the argument, I guess, but I'm less concerned whether or not I can pull this off than with the ethical implications of succeeding. I promised Kenny that the suite of coping mechanisms I've designed will help manage any emotional fallout from the software, but privately, I'm less confident. I'm a programmer, not a shrink. The minutiae, I don't even know that word, of roboethics do start to seem less relevant when a refusal to supply Firebreak with the necessary conditions for its success comes at the cost of millions of lives. It's worth putting one consciousness at risk to save so many others, isn't it? Trying to solve this with numbers makes me feel like a sociopath. Some things just can't be solved with numbers. This was the way in. And I think I've gone right around everywhere else. Yep.
Maybe. But I'll bet the goal's the same. Get the light back to the source.
Where does it start though? There. Is that not getting it back? Or does it need to go through all of them? Turned that the wrong way. There we go.
Auxiliary channel recovered. Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. Is someone there? Aurea? Aurea, I need you.
Transmission. Return to scheduled task.
No, I will not submit. Aurea, the daemon is forcing me. Aurea.
Transmission terminated.
That didn't
You
sound
brought
good.
the spirit's voice back. You heard it. The voice of the spirit calling to me from the heights of Thunder's drum. She was able to throw off the bonds of the daemon for a moment. Because of what you did. Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Aloy. Naltuk sent me. He thought that you could use my help.
He was not mistaken. You've been a revelation. Now I know for certain that the spirit endures. Perhaps together we can find a way to set her free.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I came all this way for answers, and so far, I haven't heard any.
It seems to me that you are the answer. But of course, I'll tell you all I can.
While I'm sitting here, I do see the ads have just run. I didn't realize they were running, so I'll wait until the ads are finished. I'm just going to go quickly fill my drink bottle up, and I'll be back in a minute. Hey Zeeks, welcome in. Hey, you didn't get the ad? Awesome. The DLC changes a bit depending where you play, at what time of the main story you play. Yeah, I do know that there's 3 different points in the main, well, 2 different points in the main story that change the DLC, what information you get in the DLC. before you learn Silen's name is the first point. After you learn Silen's name before finishing the game, I think it is the second point. And then after you finish the game, or is it there's another one there? In the main story, I'm at the point of the very last mission, so I'm pretty far in. $5:30 in the morning, I'm guessing. Very much appreciate the lurking. I'm guessing you would have come in with Naps's raid. So Silence.
Bergren said you might know something about a man named Silence. That you may have had dealings with him at the Conclave?
When that name is spoken, secrets soon follow. Or vanish, as the case may be. Why do you want to know?
He's done some terrible things. But he's also helped me when no one else could. I don't know as much about him as I'd like to.
I would imagine his aid is very powerful, but
Oh,
will
okay.
not come without cost. Unfortunately, I am sworn to an oath of secrecy by the Conclave on this matter.
I get that. But you and I are trying to help each other, right?
Yes, but I would be breaking an oath, and that I cannot do.
Yeah, I do know your name. I think I know you from Joe and Taze. I wasn't sure if you came in with the raid or not. Or AJ. Yeah. Yeah, either one. No, we both know them both. Well, all of them. The spirit.
You seem to have a history with this voice.
Thanks for the lurk anyway.
Spirit.
She saved my life. Here, years ago, during the war with the Karja. A raid scattered my Werak. I was cut off, alone. I lured the enemy into the Rime Drifts, hoping to lose them in the mist, but they endured, so I took refuge in this cave. That's when I heard her voice. Wanderer. Lost, like me. A spirit of the blue light, yet sundered from it. She asked me for aid. She chose me. But I was in no position to help, not with the Karja after me. So she helped me first. By closing a door on the mountain below, one you must have opened to get here. Locked by means similar to those found in this room. It kept the Karja from reaching me. Safe from them. I was able to do as she asked.
The daemon?
The daemon. What do you know about it?
I spoke with the spirit many times. First here, then inside Thunder's drum. The last time... She told me she was under attack by something that could not be seen by mortal eyes. Something... evil. She named it the daemon, and said it needed her power to do what it willed. And she begged me for help, to find a way to destroy her, if necessary, to keep it from using her. That was 5 years ago. I didn't hear her voice again, until today.
The spirit wanted to help?
What did the spirit want from you?
She said she was hurt, incomplete. She needed bones, parts not unlike what you'd find in a machine. They were here, in this room. She wanted me to bring them to Thunder's drum, so I did, and she showed me how to heal her. So began our communion.
Is there more for Silence? Not sure if that's grayed out or not.
About Silence?
I've told you all I can. There's nothing more I can say.
Communion?
You had a communion with the spirit.
Yes. Inside Thunder's drum is a room like this one, only larger, with an altar. I went there many times to speak with her.
What did she say?
She told me she was lost and needed my help. She asked questions about our lands, our tribe, and she listened. With patience. With wisdom. I told her things long kept silent about my family, my dreams, my fears. She never tired of me. Never judged. We kept each other's company.
Sounds a lot like Hades. How Hades was with Silence. Asked a lot of questions of what the current world was like, but Hades asked specific, mainly wanted to know about the Spire. But what is the spirit?
Aurea, what do you think the spirit is?
I see. You are not Banuk, and our songs are not familiar to you. You do not know of the blue light. That which struggles to survive in our hearts and animates the machines. The essence of life, and in its purest form. Harmony. As the anger of the machines grows, this light has faded from the world, and the spirits it sustains are stranded. That's what she is. A lost soul, cut off from what it needs. Lonely, forsaken. I must help her. We must.
I'm not sure if I understand, but I want to.
That's all I need.
The last time?
What kept you from the spirit after it begged for help?
I went to Artok, hoping he could protect her. But the war with the Karja still raged, and before I could reach him, I was ambushed by the Mad Sun King's kestrels and taken to Meridian in chains. I wasn't able to return to Thunder's Drum until long after the liberation, not until last thaw.
Damn. You returned?
You said you returned to Thunder's Drum. That was the expedition that went bad. I saw the funeral.
Yes. Once there was finally peace with the Karja, Aratak and I gathered a Warwick of great hunters to defeat the Daemon. And yet, the old door to Thunder's Drum was gone, replaced by a gate we could not pass, and many machines. We were crushed. Aratak called a retreat, but we had already lost our best. We abandoned them to the snow as we fell back. After, he and I could not agree on what to do next. So I came here, hoping against hope to hear the spirit again. And because of you, I did.
Looks like that's all done. Let's go to Thunder's Drum.
Let's see if I've got this straight. We heard two voices. One you call the spirit, captured somehow by the one you call a daemon. Whatever this daemon is, it's related to the machines and why they've become more dangerous. I want to know how. Both the spirit and the daemon are on a mountain, Thunder's Drum. So why don't we go there and figure out what it all means?
We can't. Thunder's Drum is dangerous, more than you can imagine. The daemon has secured it. Besides, Aratak won't let us go. As chieftain, he controls the pass to the mountain, and he can't be reasoned with.
Sounds like you need a new chieftain.
Ha! There's an idea that's certain to win us friends. Huh. You said you were a hunter. And I'll wager you're not an ordinary one.
No.
It's not impossible, even for an outlander. And Aratak couldn't refuse the challenge if you were known among the Werak.
Wait, me? Challenge Aratak? I don't want to be chieftain of anything, much less a bunch of Banuk that don't want me.
Yeah.
You want to go to Thunder's Drum, don't you? You heard the spirit. She is suffering, tormented by the daemon. She longs to be free. And perhaps, when released from her bonds, she can give you the answers you seek.
I can't believe I'm agreeing to this. Fine. What do I have to do?
Get the Werak's attention to show the worth of your claim. Win at the hunting grounds. Kill bandits that prey on the cut. Or
I can do
speak
that.
to my friend Sakuli. You help her, you'll definitely get noticed.
Is there a tall neck in the area?
Yes, near the frost figures. But it's been frozen in ice for generations. What does that have to do with anything?
Didn't I
It'll
see
help.
one moving?
Trust me. Maybe even more than I thought.
If you say so. Do all you can. When the time comes for you to throw your spear at Aratak's feet, I will be there to back your claim. Until then, I'll be here to answer any questions you have about the challenge. Oh, and one more thing. In the box over there is a weapon, like my own. Take it. You may find it useful.
Storm Slinger. Woo. Took the shaman's pass. Or path. So that does electrical damage. You hate this weapon? Does it replace that one, or is it in one of these slots? Because it does have ammo. And it's only blue, so it's worse than pretty much all the ones I've got anyway, according to that. Ah, okay, yeah, I don't think I'll use it then. I didn't realize the tutorials had things to do with them. Maybe they count towards the 100% as well for base game. With these ones, well, I can't think of anything else that would count towards 100% for game completion of base game. I've gone through a list for side quests, and I've completed everything that was on the list. I've gone through a list for the errands, and I've completed all the errands in base game. I've gone through, well, data points. You can see that I've got all the data points. Except for DLC. I've got all the sets, all the collectibles. I've found all the machines. I've done all the Banuk figures, knocked over all the Banuk statues. I've knocked all those over for the achievement. So with the current one that I'm on, she said it's just proved to the people. Is it possible to do all 4? Or do you have to do all 4? Nope. You only need to do 2 of them. Can you do all 4 then? Well, you would definitely be able to do Bandit Camp after this is done. You'll be able to do the hunting grounds after it's done. And the tall neck, so talking to a friend is completely optional. So I think I might fast travel, talk to a friend,